Good morning, guys. Sorry about this delay. It's summer. It's been a little busy. In fact, going camping today. So, posting this now, and then I'll look at your responses when I get back tomorrow. So today is going to be something called completing the square. Now, this is a method that we use to solve quadratics. Now, the reason why we didn't go over this in class is that it's a more complicated way, but much like the quadratic formula, it works every time. In fact, completing the square is the way that the quadratic formula was derived. So without this method, the quadratic formula would never exist. In Algebra 3, they use it a little bit just because it is an option, so I wanted to show it to you guys. So the idea is that you have some sort of quadratic that is not factorable. So what we decide to do is we get rid of the constant by subtracting it to the other side, and then we figure out a constant that would make this factorable. Now to find that missing value, we take half of our b value and we square it, or b squared over 4. The reason for this, it is justified, but I'm not going to get into it. The brief logic would be that if we have ax times x, we get ax squared. Half of bx plus half of bx would be bx, and then half of b times half of b is b squared over 4. So theoretically, this is now factorable, and what we're going to find is it's going to make a perfect square every time. So an example I have is right here. So I have x squared plus 4x plus 6 equals 0. I'm going to subtract the constant. I'm now going to take half of my b value and square it. So half of 4 is 2, 2 squared is 4. And I'm going to add 4 to both sides. Now I'm going to factor this quadratic, which will be x plus 2 times x plus 2, which is x plus 2 squared. I then square root both sides. Now, since we're taking the square root within an equation, we have to have plus or minus, which if you recall from the quadratic formula, it's always something plus or minus something else, that b squared minus 4ac. And so I get negative 2 plus or minus. That negative comes out as an I root 2. So a little weird, but try it out. Here are 3 problems, the easiest, medium, and then the hardest, and you'll see why. Good luck.